It's May 9. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning News. This is the first bulletin of the day right here on TV3. This bulletin is coming to you live from the news app here at the Sarik, and on Facebook. We are live on TV3 Ghana on DSTV's channel 279. My name is George Queening. Top of the stories is our. Inspector General of Police urges the Electoral Commission to provide a clear roadmap outlining the date and venue for the coalition of parliamentary results in the Ablikuma North constituency. And Court of Appeal judge says Ghana's judiciary needs to rapidly evolve in order to deliver justice in the face of growing transnational crimes. Also coming up this morning, Ghana's cedi becomes the world's best performing currency this month after appreciating nearly 16% against the US dollar since the start of April. And in some international news, Catholic Church elects US Cardinal Robert Provost as the new Pope. We have details of these stories and many more coming up in the next 20 minutes if you spend your time with me. You can also get interactive with us. We're live on Facebook. It's TV3 Ghana. And now the Inspector General of Police is demanding the Electoral Commission to provide a clear roadmap outlining the date and venue for the coalition of parliamentary results in the Ablikuma North constituency. His remarks were made during a meeting with the National Election Security Task Force amid concerns over the coalition process in the constituency.
It's been months since Ghanaians went to the polls, but the full picture of the parliamentary race remains incomplete in one constituency, Ablikuma North. While challenges in constituencies like Ekwetia, Nsawo-Madwajiri and Domkwabenya have been resolved through recollation, Ablikuma North remains outstanding. 3 more polling stations are yet to be collated, a delay that has raised tensions and drawn national attention. Previous coalition attempts have been marred by confusion and disagreements. The Inspector General of Police, speaking at a meeting with the National Election Security Task Force, demanded the Electoral Commission provides a clear roadmap indicating the date and venue for the coalition.
We as security agencies are not arbiters of election results. That responsibility lies solely with the Electoral Commission. We have to secure the environment within which the truth is determined. I would urge the EC to provide the National Election Security Task Force with a roadmap with respect to date and place for the finalization of the coalition.
IGP Christian Tete Yohonu emphasized the need for swift action to restore public confidence in the electoral process.
The eyes of the nation and indeed the world are upon us to see how we manage this situation. The way we handle the situation in Ablikuma North will resonate across the country. It will set the tone not only for this election, but also for public confidence in the years to come.
For his part, Chairperson of the National Commission for Civic Education, Kathleen Addy, called on residents of Ablikuma North to accept the outcome of the 2024 parliamentary election results.
And in every election, there is a winner and a loser. And I want to urge the people of Ghana, particularly the people of Ablikuma North, to accept the results as declared by the Electoral Commission.
Meanwhile, Deputy Commissioner of the Electoral Commission, Samuel Tete, was confident the Commission would be finally able to declare between Irabna Obing of the NDC and Nanaikuya Osifri of the MPP, who won the Ablikuma North parliamentary seat.
There have been various attempts to conclude the Ablikuma North parliamentary constituency, which is the one outstanding. We hope that as a commission, as we engage each other over here, we will actually have solutions to the challenges that we've actually had so far as the conclusion of the Ablikuma North coalition process is concerned.
We're hoping that the Electoral Commission comes up with the date and venue for the recollation of the Ablekuma North parliamentary results, and TV3 will be there and update you accordingly. And now the Interior Minister, Muntaka Mohammed Mubarak, has issued a strong warning to drug dealers in Ablekuma Central, declaring that the ministry and the nation's security agencies are coming for those destroying the future of Ghana's youth. This comes after the minister visited the Zongo community in the Ablekuma Central constituency to speak to the youth on the dangers of drug abuse.
To support local efforts in combating drug abuse, the Interior Minister announced that 15 security service slots will be allocated to qualified youth from the community. He stressed that the fight against drug abuse must not be limited to Zongo areas but be pursued nationwide.
We in the Zongos are just like any ordinary Ghanaian. Who can rise to be president, can rise to be minister, can rise to be directors, can rise to be generals, can rise to be everything any other Ghanaian wishes for himself or herself. And we will not allow drugs and other vices to stand our way.
The minister also cautioned against criminal elements using political party names, particularly the NDC, to cover illegal activities.
The people who are doing this, they will be pretending that they are selling cocoa and then they are selling it. They'll be pretending that they are selling chewing gum and they are selling it. They'll be pretending that they are selling wood and they are selling it. They'll pretend to be doing other things. So when the police come, sometimes it's very difficult for them to identify who they are. But once we live in the community, we know them. And it is when we rise and say, no, we are not going to allow them to do it, that is when we can succeed.
He donated 20,000 Ghana cedis to the Zongo community to support education and awareness campaigns against drug abuse. The visit is part of a broader strategy by the Interior Ministry and strengthen youth development across the country.
And now the Minister for Works, Housing and Water Resources, Kenneth Gilbert Ejay, has reiterated that government is committed to providing a sustainable water project for Tamale and Yendi before the expiration of a tenure of office. The minister, who was on a working visit to the northern region, affirmed that the Tamale Yendi water project remain a priority for President John Dramani Mahama, which he will no doubt deliver. So we'll bring you this very later in our subsequent bulletins. If you just tuned in, you're watching the morning news here on TV3 with me, George Queening. And now the cedi has staged a remarkable comeback, becoming the world's best performing currency this month after appreciating nearly 16% against the US dollar since the start of April. The currency's rally has helped ease inflationary pressures, with consumer price inflation falling to its lowest level in 8 months.
cedi is making headlines for all the right reasons. According to Bloomberg data, the local currency has outpaced all others globally this April, appreciating by close to 16% against the US dollar. This surge has delivered major economic relief, helping to slow inflation to 21.2% in April from 22.4% in March, the lowest since August last year. Government statistician Alhassan Idrisu credited the currency's strength for easing import costs, which in turn reduced the pressure on food and non-food prices. Food inflation fell to 25%, while non-food inflation dipped to 17.9%. The cedi's rally also helped slow monthly price increases to just 0.8%. Despite the progress, analysts say the Bank of Ghana is unlikely to cut interest rates just yet, with concerns lingering over potential price shocks from utility hikes. The central bank had raised its policy rate to 28% in March and may wait for more signs of sustained disinflation before making any move. The IMF, however, remains optimistic that Ghana is on course to meet its inflation targets, calling the cedi's strength a positive sign in the country's path to recovery.
Meanwhile, traders at Aboso Okan have indicated that it will take at least 3 months for the cedi's appreciation against the dollar to reflect in the cost of items. Recent gains made by the local currency have sparked hope among some business owners who are looking forward to its long-term impact. My colleague Christian Yale reports.
As of Thursday, May 8th, a dollar was buying at 13 cedis 20 pesos and selling at 13 cedis 30 pesos, according to the Bank of Ghana. Despite the cedi's appreciation, prices of goods on the local market remain unchanged.
So far, so good. Like, it's really helping us.
Traders say they expect to recoup some of their lost capital, adding that this will lessen the high cost of living in the country.
With the appreciation of the cedi against the dollar, we can purchase more at a lesser cost.
Dollar now about from no affect the sellers and the buyers.
We hope the dollar would depreciate further to boost trade.
Because I'm for part in
Jewa had just received her consignment at the time of our visit. Like others, the downward trend of the dollar and other trading currencies is a huge relief. But she attributes the cedi's gain against the dollar to the ongoing tariff war US President Donald Trump has waged against global economies.
Me person me clear ma obiati asese because of NDC intina ma dollar no ayeden aba form no.
NDC should not think they caused the dollar to fall. Trump's trade war is a major factor.
Aba form the still the
traders have welcomed the fall of the dollar against the cedi, but they want the Bank of Ghana to work around the interest rate, for instance, and also grant them more access to capital to undertake their business.
When the policy is high, technically it's going to affect the banks. When they reduce their or they adjust their policy rates, technically the banks are going to reduce their interest rates. We want the Bank of Ghana to come out to tell us the policy rates so that they can tax the interbanks. That's where, and access to credit.
Techiado observed that the impact of the current exchange rate may not be felt immediately.
We are trying hard to talk to our members to reduce some of their components, and it will take at least 2 or 3 months before this reduction will take effect. Because some of us have already ordered our goods. At that time, we bought $16 cedis at that time. So now dollar is 13 cedis. Nobody should expect that dollar is 13 cedis, so automatically we need to reduce our goods and say no.
It is expected that some relief would be experienced soon if the cedi and other fiscal conditions remain or even improve. Until then, some business owners like Ejewa and members of the public would celebrate the gains with caution. Christian Yale, TV3 News, Accra.
If you're a business owner, let's know the impact of the appreciation of the local currency against other major trading currencies on your business. And engage us on Facebook. We are live as TV3 Ghana. We'll surely read your comments and share them to the rest of the world. And the Justice of the Court of Appeal, Kweku Teria Aka Boafo, says it is time Ghana's judiciary rapidly evolved in order to deliver justice in the face of transnational crimes being carried out on a global scale. A collaborative training with the Italian government is set to enhance Ghana's judiciary, which has come under scrutiny in recent years.
A recent survey by Global Info Analytics ranked the judiciary as the third most corrupt public institution in the country. The poll, which assessed public perception of corruption across various state agencies, also placed the Ghana Police Service and Ghana Immigration Service in first and second place, respectively. According to the findings, Ghana's judiciary was scored 5.78. A 2024 Afrobarometer report also cited judges and magistrates as the fourth most corrupt in the country. Delivering his opening remarks on behalf of Justice Tanko Amadou, Justice Aka Boafo, a justice of the Court of Appeal, urged judges and magistrates to maximize the training initiative.
Increasingly shaped by transnational movements of people, ideas, capital, and crime, the role of the judiciary is more globally interconnected than ever before. From cybercrime and terrorism to corruption and human trafficking, the threats we face are no longer constrained by national boundaries. As a judiciary, we must therefore evolve, not only in our knowledge, but also in our orientation, collaboration, and strategic response.
Representative from Scola Superior Santana, Dr. Mira Benucci, noted that the training would help bring to the fore frameworks that facilitate international judicial cooperation in addressing transnational organized crime and corruption.
The aim is to enhance your skills, your knowledge in handling cross-border legal cases in a more effective way. Therefore, we encourage each of you to actively participate in the training, in exchanging ideas, but also experiences. This collaborative approach will enrich your understanding and strengthen your ability to meet the challenges of international judicial cooperation.
The training program is a collaborative initiative spearheaded by the Escola Superior Santana in partnership with the Ministry of Justice and the Judicial Training Institute.
And that was a report by my colleague Lord Edu Asare. Another Minister for Education, Haruna Idrisu, is calling for calm and unity at the Dr. Hila Leman Technical University. He says ongoing labor agitations are undermining academic progress and stability on campus. The minister made the appeal during the inauguration of the new governing council of the university here in Accra.
Dr. Hila Leman Technical University was established in April 2020. But since its inception, it has faced repeated labor unrest, many stemming from governance and administrative concerns that have disrupted academic work. One of the major challenges the institution faces is a lack of accommodation facilities, a situation the minister says is discouraging prospective students and their families. At the event, the minister called for a return to peace and order on campus.
I'm also aware that you have had your share of labor agitations over the past few years. Industrial disputes or conflict, as I've observed, is inevitable. We'll continue to have some of it. What's important is to manage it and allow for peace and harmony to prevail on our campuses.
He also revealed that the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, GTEC, has made provisions for new infrastructure.
The Ghana Tertiary Education Commission has been tasked to make an allocation this year for the construction of a 600-bed capacity hostel for the school. So this year, you spent of work with a 600-bed facility. GTEC will subject it through lawful procurement processes. At least if that is done, that should expand access to your institution and make it more attractive.
Chairman of the Governing Council, Professor Julius Fobio, pledged to work towards resolving the university's ongoing issues.
We cannot afford but to stick rigidly to the statutes of the governing rules of the university.
The new governing council is expected to play a pivotal role in shaping the future of Dr. Hila Leman Technical University.
Well, let's stay on education. As the Teachers and Educational Workers Union of the TUC, TUC, is threatening to disrupt operations at the public universities if the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, GTEC, continues to engage a rival group in the appointment of university governing councils. At a news conference in Accra, the General Secretary of TUC, Ken James Azotiba, issued a strong warning to GTEC. He said the Commission's ongoing engagement with the breakaway group TUGH in constituting university board is unacceptable.
Just last week, TUGH met with the Director General of GTEC, Professor Ahmed Abdullahi Jinapo, claiming they should be given the mandate to represent staff on university councils. But statistics show otherwise. TUC boasts over 80,000 members across the country, while TUGH has just about 2,500 members nationwide.
We have a Federation of Senior Staff Associations. They are not in council. We have GAWA. They are not in council. Are they not also having members? But they all come under us when there's any problem. And a council rep is not a rep who go there to sit in his own interest or on a small group interest. We sit in the interest of the workers of the public universities. So we will resist it.
The leadership of TUC is now demanding that GTEC treats all unions fairly, warning of possible protests and disruptions on campuses if their concerns are not addressed.
It's not partial, he's not neutral. We know what he was pursuing, and we want the attention of His Excellency to be brought to book that if care is not taken, will make the public universities very ungovernable.
Backing the position of Tewu TUC is the Secretary General of the TUC, Joshua Ansah.
We want to urge the Vice Chancellors and all those who matters in this matter to read their history about Tewu of TUC and the newly born Tewu Ghana. In some jurisdictions, it will not be entertained at all. Using Tewu Ghana, I mean, it's unheard of. So I think that it is rightful for TUC to back our affiliate in fighting a just cause.
As tensions rise, the Director General of JITA, Professor Ahmed Abdullahi Jinapo, is yet to meet with both unions to resolve the dispute. It remains to be seen how JITA will navigate the growing tensions within the education sector. For now, Tewu TUC is standing its ground.
And now to one of our headline stories. The new Pope is Cardinal Robert Prevost. Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost of the United States has been elected the 267th Pope. Prevost, 69, from Chicago, Illinois, is the first ever Pope from the United States. He will be known as Leo XIV. A leader with global experience, he spent much of his career as a missionary in South America and most recently led a powerful Vatican office for bishop appointment. He is expected to build on Pope Francis's reforms. He worked for a decade in Trujillo, Peru, and was later appointed Bishop of Chiclayo, another Peruvian city where he served from 2014 to 2023. There were 133 voting cardinals who had all been sequestered inside the Vatican during the conclave. Any of them needed 2/3 of the vote to become the next pope. Well, we have an extensive report by my colleague Portia Gabo. If you just check our website, there's 3 news on this new pope, that's Leo XIV. But that's how we end the morning news. For more news updates, just log on to our website. It's 3news.com. This amazing outfit is by Afedido. You can find them on Instagram, and they'll sort you out for any other occasion. Thanks for watching. It's always a pleasure coming your way. Good morning.